climbed up. "Reckon you boys will be driving that herd till dark," Dan commented. "It's a ways yet before you strike the Arkansas line." "We ain't in no hurry to get there," Sonny said. "We want those horses to be in good shape when we get 'em to the Double D. Perley might be planning to make camp right there by that creek tonight." "Well, that's always smart thinking when you're selling horses," Dan declared, "especially if you're selling off your old horses." "Oh, there ain't no old horses in that herd," Sonny was quick to inform him. "There ain't a horse there that's over 5 years old." "It just gets better and better," Dan couldn't help thinking. He couldn't resist asking, "How much are you selling them for?" "I don't know what the price was," Sonny answered. "Perley knows if you want to come ask him." "Oh, that's all right," Dan said. "I was just curious." "Well, good day to you." Sonny wheeled his horse and started back to the herd. "You know what I'm thinking, don't you?" Dan said, as they continued to watch Sonny ride away. "You're thinking we could take that herd without no trouble at all," Ned answered. "That's what I'm thinking," Dan confirmed. "And I'm also thinking there ain't no sense in cutting Duke and the others in on it. We'll just be a little late getting out to Arkansas to join Duke's gang." "Where you reckon we can sell 'em in a hurry?" Ned wondered. "We'll worry about that after we get the horses," Dan said. "It don't matter how long it takes. It'll be more money in our pockets than any splits we're fixing to get riding with Duke Thacker." Sonny reined his horse up beside the campfire and dismounted. He untied his purchases, then pulled his saddle off the paint gelding he called Lucky, then turned the horse loose to join the others by the creek. "I took a little look up ahead, then circled back around the creek. Everything looks peaceful. I hope you two ain't drunk up all the coffee," he said, as he pulled his coffee cup out of his war bag. "I was fixing to drain that pot," Possum Smith japed, "but Perley said I had to save some for you, so I poured a couple of swallows back in the pot." "Pay him no mind, Sonny," Perley said. "That pot's still half full." Possum chuckled in response to Perley's remark, then asked Sonny, "Why'd you name that roan Lucky?" "'Cause he was lucky I picked him out to be my horse," Sonny replied, "instead of somebody like you that's hard on a horse." Perley shook his head as if impatient with their juvenile behavior. Sonny had recently celebrated his 18th birthday, while Possum, with his gray ponytail, was considerably up there in years. No one knew how old Possum really was. He was not willing to confess his age. In fact, he wouldn't even divulge the date of his birthday, as if refusing to have any more birthdays and consequently staying the same age forever. Perley suspected that Possum was afraid if Reuben knew how old he was, he might fire him. The thought brought a smile to Perley's lips. Possum should know by now that Perley's brother Reuben would have to go through Perley to fire him. When Reuben had asked Perley who he wanted to take with him to move a small herd of horses to Arkansas, he'd picked Sonny and Possum. Perley figured the two of them would entertain each other. All three of them could enjoy a few days away from the chores at the Triple G, a trip that would actually take about a week to go to Texarkana and back. The herd they were moving to the Double D was only 35 horses, and they were taking it nice and easy, pushing the horses about 30 miles a day, so as to deliver fresh stock to Donald Donovan. The Double D Ranch was about 115 miles east of the Triple G, just across the Arkansas border, southeast of Texarkana. Sonny poured his cup of coffee and sat down to join them. "I reckon old Marvin Davis is still kicking," Possum commented. "Yep," Sonny said. "He wanted to sell me some whiskey, but I told him didn't none of us drink the stuff. I told him especially Possum didn't have no use for it." "Huh," Possum snorted. "You might think you're japing, but I ain't got much use for that rot gut he sells. One of the boys gave me a drink of some he bought from Davis, and it like to peel my throat skin off." "There were 3 fellas at the store," Sonny said. "They were drinking it. They were mighty interested in this herd of horses. Asked me how far we were going to drive 'em tonight, if there was any old horses in the bunch."